Another one of the biggest questions I get asked is what niche should I go into on YouTube? And what you have to ask yourself is one of two things. Are you doing YouTube just as a hobby to have fun and you don't care what happens? In which case, follow your heart. Find out what it is that makes you tick and do that and just run with it and have fun and don't worry about anything else. You may or may not make money, but at least you'll have fun doing it. Now, if you're trying to take YouTube and turn it into a business to make money, that sort of thing, and you're hoping, hey, I've got a hobby or something I know about, and I want to take that and I want to turn that into a money-making endeavor, then I'm going to help you here with something. We've got the top list of the top money-making niches that you can choose on YouTube. All right, and this is all coming at you from TubeBuddy. They publish this on their website. Anybody can find this, but I'm going to give you my 2 cents as somebody who actually has made it on YouTube, who is a full-time YouTuber, who left a career in Silicon Valley to do this. That's how well I'm doing on YouTube. So remember that when you listen, oh my gosh, I just saw a video talking about YouTube gurus, and most of them got successful on YouTube by teaching you how to be successful on YouTube. It's weird. Anyway, let's jump into the list that TubeBuddy has for us. All right, first up is the making money online. Again, and 9 times out of 10, the guy teaching you how to make money online has never made money online. They just probably took someone else's course, twisted it. And anyway, I won't judge, but I can tell you this. The CPM rate that making money online makes is outrageous, all right? And I'll be completely honest. So I do product reviews on my main channel in the tool, hand tool, power tool, and what we call tool adjacent industry. My CPM varies anywhere between, on average, between 12 and 18. Sometimes spikes down into the 20s. Sometimes it goes down into like the high single digits, 7, 8s, 9s. But it all depends on what the video is. They're not the same across the board. But that said, your typical vlogger gets a CPM of around $1 to maybe $3. And you get on average, your take home is not the CPM but the RPM, which is usually on average about half. It's whatever it costs YouTube plus their portion and everything else. So you usually get about half that. The CPM for how to make money is in the 30s. It's ridiculously high. But I'll tell you what, I've seen so many people crash and burn on that. They follow a trend. Oh, it's all about crypto, and then crypto crashes and burns. That's all about this, and it crashes. And so much of it is pyramid schemes. They're telling you buy into this new type of crypto. They don't call it crypto; they call it blockchain. The new blockchain is this, and you buy into that blockchain. And then as soon as they get you to buy into that blockchain, they have early access to that blockchain, and then they bail. And they've made their money. They go on to the next one. They tell you all to buy into the blockchain. That's where you're really going to make the money. It's really kind of some dirty stuff going on. Digital marketing. Digital marketing is number 2. This is teaching people how to do SEO and digital marketing. It's just basically a derivative of making money online. It's kind of the same thing. And number 3 is, again, another iteration of making money online. This one is personal finance. How to save money. This is, Dave, what's his name? Don't take out loans, bank everything. Again, making money by teaching people how to save their money. And if this is what you want to do, more power to you. I have experience with this kind of stuff. I own and trade stocks. I own and trade intellectual property. I have a bunch of investments, but we did it for a little bit on the channel. We had a podcast. It was actually kind of fun, but it got to be a bit much. And I really don't like playing with other people's money or telling you gotta invest in this, or you gotta invest in that. I'd rather just teach you a legitimate way to make money through not get rich quick. Anybody tells you you're going to get rich on YouTube or anywhere else, they're reaching in your wallet. Just look down, their hands are in your pocket. Next up is education. Now, I will say this. Education is a really fast-growing segment. There's all types of education, anything from how to grow a YouTube channel to how to learn to do coding, how to do AI. There's a lot of skill-based kind of stuff out there. And some of it is really, really sought after. And a lot of it you'll get on YouTube, you'll get like the free taste, and then you have to go and take the course. And that's, there's a lot that goes into that kind of education. And there's only so much you can put into a YouTube video before people stop paying attention. But if you make them pay for a class, I find 9 times out of 10, they're actually going to pay attention to that class. Next up is tech, cars, and gadgets. It's not, they need to put a comma in there. It's not tech cars. Maybe it is. I don't think that's what they mean. But they're talking about finishing the top third. Many viewers earn money by sharing links to products and discount codes. Honestly, I feel that I would probably fall under that as a similar kind of thing. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is what I think is probably the most fun, easiest way by far to make money on YouTube. And I'll tell you what, there's so many different ways to do it. First of all, when I first started my channel, I just focused on growth. Growth, and growth. I didn't look at any affiliate marketing or anything else. I just focused on the growth. Then once I got that established and my channel was mature and everything was fleshed out, think of it like growing a tree. You want to focus on getting the tree, all right? But then now you want to get fruit from that tree. Then you start looking at like affiliate dollars and sponsorships. And that's what we've done in the past years. We've started focusing on that. And now going into the next year, we're going to be focusing on back-end stuff. That's websites, that's blogging, that's relationships with other advertisers to find products that people are looking for. You'll see, if you follow my other channel, you'll see as we go forward, we're going to be fleshing out the dentotools.com. In fact, you go to dentotools.com right now. Again, that's my main channel. If you go there, you're going to see that the site is under construction. I'm working with a small team and we're building that out, and I'm really excited about what we're going to be able to offer over there. So that's some of what we do here, and I'm going to talk more about it at the end, but I want to go through the rest of these, and then we'll come back to product reviews because I got some stories to tell you about that. All right, anyway, number 6 is ASMR and anything similar. Yeah, let's be honest. ASMR, first of all, the CPM, they comment there, CPM on ASMR has tanked. It's down to $3.50. The people who are making money on that are kicking people over to OnlyFans and similar sites. If that's what you want to do, that's on you. Then we got lifestyle, which is basically blogging, and if you can pull that off, good on you. Fashion and try-on hauls. You're either targeting young women usually with that, and in which case it's basically you're doing product testing and affiliate marketing, or you're targeting men and you're a female, and again, you're kicking them over to OnlyFans. Motivation and spiritual, that's pretty much self-explanatory. I don't know how good the CPM in that is. Cooking is a really, really good CPM level. You're going to get in the high teens, low 20s. It's very engaging. There's always people out there looking for it, but it's extremely competitive. You have to have really, really good camera work. All right, you got to have a high-end camera. You have to have multiple angles. You have to have a really good video editor, or you have to become a good video editor. It's a lot of work. Travel used to be it. It used to be the go-to one. And you can still have a lot of fun doing travel, but it's very, very saturated. It's highly competitive. It takes high-end, because again, people want to see the vivid, bright colors when they're traveling. It's all in the eyes in that one. For stuff that I do, you could turn the camera off. Probably better. You wouldn't have to see me. Turn the camera off and just listen, and you'd get the same information. With travel and cooking, people need to be able to see it because they can't taste it, they can't touch it, they can't feel it. So it's all about a high-end camera. It's all about good editing. And again, they're both saturated and very, 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 very competitive. And, honestly, like looking at cooking, one of the guys I watch who does a ton of cooking stuff, that's how he got started. He has this huge empire of cooking. He's now going around and doing comparisons between fast food restaurants. And he just goes to fast food restaurants and who has the best burger, who has the best fries, who has the best chicken strips. It's like, this isn't cooking anymore. This is more lifestyle and engagement. Anyway, fitness and bodybuilding. If you can do it, if you can sweat it, you can make it. That's the way it is. Yeah, especially if you're somebody who is fairly good looking, or is overweight and losing a bunch of weight. Those are the kind of situations where you can get some real engagement. And if you can, that's great for you. I'm just going to ask you this. Don't film in the gym. or at least have a private workout space or have a private corner, set up a situation. Don't get people in your background. Don't be that gym rat who films everything and gets upset because someone walked into your shot. All right. And then gaming. Gaming is a huge genre, very popular, really low CPM, and just completely inundated, spilling over into other little micro genres. There's so many people. It's so easy to do. You just set up OBS, you start streaming what you're playing, and you stream it to Twitch, you stream it to, anyway, have fun. Basically, I would not do that to make money. Do it as a hobby, and if you make it into a business, great for you. Comedy and humor, that's a skill set that is rare, and if you got it, then good for you. But those are the top ones that they say are growing that you can make money in. Again, how you make that money differs, but I want to talk about my favorite, which is product reviews. And I know I talk about tools and stuff like that, but it can be anything you want to talk about. I'm trying to look around to see if there's anything. Like one of the things that I talk about a lot that's not exactly a tool is I talk about Casa smart switches, how they're truly useful. Anything you plug into this, I can now control with my phone. I control with what we call she who shall not be named. And I say that because I don't want to say her name that starts with A is going to make all the devices in your house go, what? What's going on? We don't have that. So that's what we call it. Anyway, I have a ton of stuff here that I can turn all the lights behind me, everything I can turn on and off. I walk in, I say, hey, lady, turn on studio, and everything turns on. My AC turns on, my lights turn, and I can change it. In the winter, my heat turns on rather than my AC. It's fully developed. But anyway, you can do a review on that, and you can show this. You can get up close. You can show all the different ends. You can do all this neat stuff. You can all of that. And then when somebody sees this and goes, wow, that is something I could really use. Hey, links are down below. When they go and they buy it, you get a small percentage. And let me tell you, it's small. All right, 3% if you're lucky. Now that said, it adds up. The more viewers you get, the more you do. It builds up over time. One of the things that I am going to talk about is I also talk about sponsors. So then I will reach out to a company. Let me talk about a company. This is one I just did in my deals of the week. So this was a product that we're testing in the deals of the week. It is a combination blower on this end, and then you pivot the handle around, and now it's a vacuum. It's pretty nifty, right? Well, when a company like this reaches out to me and says, hey, we want to advertise on your deals that you do, I'm like, sure, but here's what's going to happen. A, you're going to send me the product because I want to test the product before I put it on there and say, hey, I think this thing is good. And I do. I think this thing is pretty cool. Do I think it is better than my little mini blower? Believe it or not, the mini blower puts out way more air, but the mini blower does not pivot around and become a vacuum. In fact, if you block the input end, this thing will burn out in a hot second. So this has a special role. But what I'm able to do then is tell the company, great, we'll do it, but it has to be on sale. And they're like, great, we'll put it on sale. I'm like, actually, not only does it have to be on sale, I want it to be on sale, plus I want there to be a coupon, and I want there to be a discount code. I want it to be the cheapest price that anybody has ever paid for it. Now, you could be saying, well, of course you want that because then you're going to sell more products and you're going to make more money. True story. Guess what else is going to happen, though? More people are going to get the best deal on this than they've ever got before. On top of that, I'm going to make less per item because remember, I'm making a percentage. So me pushing down the price hurts me, but it also helps me. But it helps the end user also. I try to make it a win-win situation. In fact, I try to make it a win-win-win situation. We go for the triangle. The advertiser wins, I win, and the end user, the buyer, wins. We all walk away with something going, hey, we got a great deal out of this. The advertiser moved a bunch of product and probably moved their ranking higher on Amazon or whatever sales place they're on. The end user got to buy a cool product, maybe one they've never seen before or heard of, and they got it at the best price that they've ever seen it at, that anybody's ever seen it at. And for me, I got to get more viewers. I got to build a relationship and make money from a sponsor, and I made affiliate dollars on that. Who isn't happy with that kind of relationship? And that is one of the reasons why I love doing product reviews. It is just, I get, first of all, okay, downside. Do you like cardboard? Because I don't. I'm literally drowning in cardboard. All right, why? Because I have packages each and every day. I know my UPS, my FedEx, and my who's the other, and the postal person my name, and they all cringe when they see my address because they know that stuff is coming. They know. Oh, the local freight delivery guy. Oh my gosh. Luckily, I have a standalone shop and a studio where I have stuff delivered to, but they get my home address, and my home address is hard to get to, physically hard to get to. And they look up on the map and they call me up and they're like, brother, tell me you can meet me somewhere. And I'm like, I got you covered. Worry not. So, but I mean, that's part of the fun is every day is like Christmas. I mean, so think about this. Every day is like Christmas. You're constantly getting cool stuff to play with. If you're a gadget geek like I am, I'm looking over here because my whole side table is all gadgets and stuff. I've got gimbals that companies have sent me. I've got electric door locks that companies have sent me. I've got dash cams. Boy, have I got a bunch of dash cams. I've got so much stuff. And now what do I do with that stuff? Now, I personally, what I do is I find people that I know who are going to use it, and I give it to them, people in the community, because that way I can do a long-term review. After 6 months, a year, I can go back to them. Hey, remember that thing I gave you? What do you think about it? Oh, I love it. This thing, it lasted. We use it every day. It's amazing, blah, blah, blah. Or, you know what? It broke on the third use. That kind of stuff gives me feedback that I can turn around and then give to my audience because I'm a power of one. But if I can get feedback from my buyers, if I can get feedback from people who are local that I know, I can exponentially grow my knowledge base. And that's something you can work too. If you decide to do this, that's the kind of thing that you can put into play and expand your knowledge base and give that as a value back to the viewer. The other thing is that once I go through all of that, I have donated stuff to local nonprofits. Again, I get feedback, or in a few cases, I've sold things locally. Now, some people ask me, why don't you do giveaways? And I'll be honest, there's a couple reasons. A, the giveaways are, let me just put it, they attract the wrong kind of audience. The people who show up for a giveaway aren't there to view your content, and they aren't there to be a contributing member to your community. They aren't going to post really cool comments, ask good inquisitive questions. They aren't going to push you for more information. They're not going to provide information. They're there for free stuff, and that's it. And they will spam the comments, destroy your community, and they're like locusts. They come in when there's free stuff, and they just destroy everything, and then they leave garbage behind. I've tried it before, and I've seen communities where they do that. And basically, if you start doing that, the only way to get them back is to give away more free stuff. You will have to destroy your community to get the free stuff viewers. And that's not the community I want to build here. I don't feel it's a solid base. And so far, my base is pretty solid. I've had viewers that have been around since the beginning. Lots of great people who contribute to the conversation online, both in my comments, over on my Facebook group, in emails. We have conversations about it. So that's one of the reasons I avoid the giveaways. And the second one is there's a ton of regulations that YouTube has. And if you don't abide by them, well, I guess if you're Mr. Beast, you can get away with anything. But for the rest of us, it's a good way to get a ding on our channel for not doing it based on the proper rules. Now, as far as ethics when it comes to this, a lot of people say, well, hey, if you're giving the stuff for free, you can't be honest about it. The hell I can't. What do you think? Do you think the company that sent me, well, I'm looking for something. Do you think the company that sent me this really is going to be like, well, if you say something, no, we won't send you another one. If you say something bad, guess what? There's another company lined up right behind them. I can say, I can completely trash this, which I won't because I actually like the product, but I could trash this and be like, you know what? Next one's available. All right. In fact, and I have a history of this. Segway did something where they tried to tell me that I couldn't say anything negative about their product. So I did a video on them telling me I can't say anything negative. That video did better, made more money, and got me more connections with other companies that were similar, saying, hey, we don't do that, and we want to work with you because we know that now that people trust you because you're honest. In fact, if you know what Wallabot is, they're about to get the same treatment. Why? Because they tried to get me to sign a contract that said no disparaging clauses. Sorry, brother, and I'm going to tell people that you said that. In fact, then they sent me like 10 emails, and finally realized what was happening, that I was leading them down the path. I was egging them on, waiting to get them to say something truly heinous. And they're finally like, you can't use I do not authorize you to use my emails. I'm like, you emailed a journalist telling him this stuff. You don't get to say no takebacks at the end. That's not the way that's going to work. There are ethics you have to set up ahead of time, and then you have to walk that line to prove to the end user that they can trust you. One channel. Let me talk about this. There's one channel out there, and I'm not going to name them because I don't want to be that. But I was in a Reddit group, and we're talking about doing product reviews. And this other guy's like, "Oh my gosh, there's finally somebody else who takes this seriously, treats it like a business. Hey, brother, we should communicate offline, and we can share tips and stuff, and maybe some references and everything else." I'm like, "Hey, sounds great." And so I talked to him offline. We seemed like a good guy. Shared a couple emails. I looked at his YouTube channel, and I'm like, "This is really weird." Every one of his videos has just over 30,000 views, has almost always around 100 comments, and all the comments are ridiculously vague, and they all look like people who aren't based in the US, and they don't really know what the product is that they're talking about. And then it clicked. He's doing paid views. So what his scam is, and I want to be mad at him, but some of these companies are pretty scammy. So what he does is he bought his way to viewership. He has 300,000+ subscribers that he's paid for. Now YouTube won't ban that channel, but they will demonetize you, and he has been demonetized up, down, right, and left. All right, he has no chance of monetization, but he's getting paid sponsorships like you would not believe, and he's not getting paid a ton. But he's like, "Look, I can guarantee you 30,000 views. I can guarantee you this. You'll get this, this, and this." And he does it. And the thing is, most of the people that you're talking to when you talk to sponsorships is you're not talking to the company. Now, in some cases, like Olight, they're a company we work with. With Olight, when I talk to them, I'm talking to Olight. But when I talk to a lot of the companies, they're some third-party broker who's like, "Hey, I've got a contract with this company. I have to get them this amount of views. How much would you charge me for a video?" And they honestly, 9 times out of 10, don't care. In fact, they probably do care, but they're not willing to really look. Because if they look and they find out that the views are fake, then they just lost a bunch of money they paid that person, and now they got to find somebody else to do that video. As long as they can turn around to the client and go, "Look, here's all the channels we worked with, here's the views they all got," and the client's like, "Great, that works for me," they're thrilled. As long as no one looks too close and realizes half those views are fake, whatever. And so what this guy does is he gets the money from the company, he does a video, and the videos are trash. They're just bad. They're so bad. Basically, he sits at his kitchen table and he opens the box and he goes, "Here it is. This thing's great." And then he just lists like 5 things from the website talking about why it's great. And then he turns around and lists them on eBay and sells them on eBay. So he's not making any affiliate dollars because no one's buying this. He's not making any AdSense because no one's. But as far as a churn rate of getting paid by advertisers and making money off of eBay, he's doing all right. Anyway, the point is this. There's a lot of fun to be had with doing product reviews. You can just use your cell phone. You don't need anything, fancy. If you want a big fancy setup like I have, you can get to it. I didn't have this until earlier this year. All right, so I've been doing this for a while before I really put money into it. But but you can start off slow. You can do Amazon is a great affiliate source to use, and then after that, Impact. Impact Media is an affiliate. Not a broker, but it's a site where other companies sign up. Like if you want to be a Walmart affiliate, it's Walmart through Impact. Impact does all the data for them, and then Walmart just pays them. And so you can do Walmart, you can do a bunch of other brands. There's a bunch of other ones out there, but basically Amazon and Impact you could sign up for 100 different affiliate programs. Good luck tracking them all. So that's why I try to keep it to those two, so I actually know what's going on. I can take a look at, see if I'm actually getting paid when I'm supposed to get getting paid. Anyway, I gotta say, if you want to do product reviews, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we're going to do more and more focusing on how to make money doing product reviews, how to get views, how to work with sponsors, how to get sponsors, how to figure out how much you should charge sponsors. That the whole thing there, we're going to be talking about it here. So make sure you hit the like button, smash the subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care. God bless, and as always, shine on.